Sportsaholix, I gotta.
Let's just hope this shit doesn't go viral, I guess, for the last of
Yeah, there's good organizations and bad organizations, just like anywhere. The good ones seem to win all the time. They have good people. They have good culture. I was on a great team. It was a lot of fun. Played with some great players. I went down there at 21 years old, and I think my initial was, hey, I'm going down here. These guys can't play, and I was wrong. They really can play. There's players all over the world, and it's only getting better. And I guess it's a good metaphor for kids. I work with kids that think they're really good in their small pond here, and I know, because I've been through it, there's a kid in the next town, there's a kid in the next state, or lots of them, that are really, really good, and they're not getting the exposure. And, there's just great players everywhere. There's always good competition. Being down there definitely made me appreciate, America. There's a lot of beautiful things down there. But in terms of just the organization and the civility and the just the overall safeness that you feel here in the States, it wasn't that way down there. And, it's still a beautiful place, awesome, wonderful people. I had a great time, great exposure. I get to share that with the kids, what that experience was. So it's real beneficial to people now. But it's definitely an eye-opening experience to go and not just be in another country, but to live there and compete, in another continent. It was pretty. Definitely more stories to tell than just a short little sure.
Right. Well, we'll love to get some sometime. So are you done playing professionally? Because you recently tried out in Sioux Falls, and from the reports I read, it seemed like you were very competitive. Coach Spolster was there in the article I read, and sent some pictures to some of your, your close friends, former teammates. How did that feel? Were you competitive, or were you step with everyone step by step, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, as humbly as I can say it, I was the best player there. I'm probably in better shape now than I was when I played. The commitment to my fitness and just my overall lifestyle now. I mean, again, everybody says that if I could go back, I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't be the man I am today. I certainly wouldn't be having the impact I'm having on kids today if I wouldn't have gone through some of the things I went through. But. I'm just really happy where I'm at. My game is really sharp right now. I don't have to play against, 6'10" two guards, so that helps my efficiency a little bit.
Right.
But and I know Spolstra, and we kind of come up together. He's coached a couple of my players. He's won championships with a couple of guys that I've grown up with, and so I think he was a little surprised at the fitness I was in at this age. But I played really well, and. For one night, I'm sure I could still go out there and do all the things that I wanted to do. But that's not really what an NBA season or a college season is about. It's about the everyday grind, the everyday improvement, and the overall toll that takes on your body. So I couldn't play professional basketball anymore. But if I could play in a little exhibition type deal where I could manage my minutes and defense wasn't important and all those cool things, I think I could still put on a pretty decent show.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because we got a few questions from our listeners. We got one from Sean McBride, who saw you with the Nike Elite team in 2003 in Syracuse, and he compared you guys to the White Globetrotters. He just wanted to know about that experience and playing with the Nike Elite team.
I was with Sarge. That was awesome. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. That was my first experience really going out and playing on one of those teams. We did great. Usually you just get hammered. We had some really good players. I think we went 5-5 on that tour. Beat some really good teams. Played a great schedule. I think we played Clemson, Villanova, Penn State, Ohio State, Indiana. And, you're going on the road and you're playing in all those buildings. So it was just a UConn. We had an incredible trip, a lot of fun. We played well. I don't remember too much about the details of the trip. There's been a lot of basketball, certainly more important basketball than that. But, I'm probably talking about that Louisville game, too. Went down there against Coach Pitino. That was actually the day my daughter was born. I went 9 for 10 from 3 in the first half. And,
oh, my gosh.
I had 33 in the first half, and it was just an awesome, fun game. But, Coach Pitino, I've known him a while, just obviously because he coached Donovan, and I got to know him during the recruiting process. And, it was fun to shoot it like that night.
And for the listeners at home, Mr. Dupay here is regarded as Coach Donovan's first big recruit to Florida. And so I was going to ask you, was there ever any overlap with White Chocolate, Jason Williams? Did you guys ever go at it one-on-one?
We play together a lot. Yeah, we played together a lot that summer. We played together a lot, many summers. Even last summer, we played against each other in the Orlando Pro-Am. And he's still in great shape, too. Really good player. Man, what a special talent. But he went pro, would have been my freshman year.
Yeah.
He transferred from Marshall with Coach. But, I was Coach's first recruit at Florida. I remember he got the job. I saw his press conference on TV. And the next day, I was 16. I was a sophomore. Down there in the gym and, talked about starting a new culture at Florida, creating Florida basketball as we know it today, and had a very clear plan and a very clear vision for what we wanted to accomplish. And, we felt like he wanted to start with me and that I could help some other players, very good players like Udonis Haslam, Brent Wright, Major Parker, Mike Miller, help them make a tough choice to come to Florida because it was a very unpopular one. I took a lot of criticism for that. Everybody thought I should go to Duke or a place like that. But I really liked the idea of being the very first player at Florida and being somebody that could, be the all-time leading scorer in the history of the state in high school, be the very first player to create a culture at Florida. And, that's why I'm so excited about what we're doing now is to really leave a legacy of making a significant impact on the game of basketball, especially in this state, my home state. And, just moving the game forward. And we do that by helping the kids.
And I might add, too, why would you go to Duke? Jason Capel's going to Duke. You want to split time with him? No, you don't. That doesn't.
Yeah, I think he went to North Carolina. He was my year.
Oh, that's right.
His brother Jeff was at Duke.
That's right. Well, and that's can we see? Are we gonna see on a sideline anywhere, like maybe a Florida Gulf Coast or a Florida State, Florida University? Like, is coaching in college or the professional ranks in your future?
I've had several offers at multiple levels: small college, big, Division I, even at the NBA level, and I like what I'm doing. I've really found my purpose. I'm a strong Christian, and this is what. I've had some tough stuff happen, and as I look back on it, I'm genuinely thankful for that. It makes me appreciate what I'm able to do now. I'm making a huge impact on the world. It might not be what everybody else thinks I'm supposed to do. Coach in the NBA, coach at college, be on TV, play pro,
right.
Go to this school, not this school. And, it's tough when you're a kid because, you trust adults to give you good guidance and advice, and so often they're giving that advice with really no real experience on the issue. They just go with the trend, they go with the flow, they do whatever's popular on TV, they believe the media. I'm in a place right now where my connection with the Lord is really, really strong. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and just fulfilling my real potential, and that's helping kids.
That's great. And aside from just dribbling a basketball and proper shooting mechanics, do you emphasize like the off the court stuff? Do you teach the kids from your mistakes? Is that something you come across at all in the camps?
Yeah, every day. I mean, we don't really dwell on specifics. It really boils down to just making good choices. Treating people kindly. Don't make the same mistake twice, even if somebody else has made it. You don't have to make it yourself. Really teaching these kids to have good perspective. And to be leaders. We're looking to create captains every day, and I know that that's going to help them someday. They'll feel inspired like I do to give back and help in the future. They'll be great parents. They'll be great bosses or employees or city servants or whatever the heck they're doing. They're going to be doing something someday,
right.
And I'd really like to think that maybe basketball can get them a scholarship for very, very few of them. But the things we're teaching is going to help them have a very positive and just very sad,
life lessons.
Life of significance.
Absolutely.
They're making it.